Hello everyone. So this is what we are going to work on today. We have already implemented a system to add ingredients and start cooking like this. Now, as you can see here, the cooking progress bar appears, and once cooking is done, we are going to see the finished dish in the pot. So a little more to go. We're done. And yeah, see, now this is the finished dish. We see the steaming chicken soup. I don't have any other image, it's just a white plain, a yellowish plain, but you get the idea. Now we have an actor to represent the finished dish. So we are going to set up everything we need, structures, and how to dynamically spawn whatever the dish that we have started cooking, and once it is done, it will appear on the pot. And we are going to create this steam and simple material as well. So yeah, that's what we are going to work on today. And before we get started, let me remind you that you can download the project files of this project and all other thousands of projects I have done in my channel from the Patreon page. Once you become a member, you can access everything without any limits. And here is the full playlist of this series. Everything is implemented from scratch and explained. You can follow these episodes and implement everything by yourself. So I'll leave the links to everything in description below. And now let's get back to today's tutorial. Right, so we can already do this. We can drag and drop ingredients according to this recipe, and we can turn on the stove and start cooking. So the next thing that we need to do is, once we have finished cooking, we need to show the cooked dish, in this case the soup. So how do we do that? That's what we need to work on now. So here, see, cooking finished, but it looks the same. So first thing I want to work on is first this dish, actually this water plane. Let me duplicate this, press W and move up. I'll name this soup disk or whatever that makes sense to you. And this is a water material we have just created. So let's add some parameters to this so that we can customize this. So this promote to a parameter metallic 1 and specular, that's also I think 1 was the value we had, and opacity. So I want to reduce the opacity for the soup, so let's promote a variable. Let's call it opacity addition. It was 0.2, the default was 0.2, and that should be enough actually. So from this, let's create a material instance, mi soup metallic specular. I'll reduce these. Opacity addition will be 0.7, specular 0.2, and the color, let's have some more soup-like color. Maybe this. What is soup logo? Okay, I don't have a texture for this, just this is all I'm gonna do. And then I'll assign this soup dish. This is just to get the look. Maybe we should make it more yellowish so it looks good, even though it's not accurate. Yeah, okay. And I need some steam. So these are just the components. We are not going to just edit in the level. We are going to create an actor out of all these components. So under effects, let's create a new Camera system. Mountain should work for this. Do we have any Steam like thing? No. MS Steam. Okay. Wait. Now first thing is I don't need gravity here. And the spawn rate, let's reduce it because we are going to increase the size. And the drag, okay, velocity doesn't have to be this large. Okay, that should be enough. And the initialize particle size, hold on a second, let me add this into the level. Add it under subdisk. Don't think so. Let me add it here. It looks enough, but I have from starter components I have imported this smoke material. This is from starter components. So sorry, not starter component, this one, this is starter content. Yeah, sorry. So if you add this into your project, you can have this smoke sub UV material. So I'm gonna use this one. And here if you zoom in, you can see this sub UVs. So this texture, it has 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 by 8 grid. Oh, so therefore set the sub UV here 8 by 8. Also I'll add scale sprite size. I need to scale it by the lifetime. This should start already from 1 and go to say 5. Okay, maybe this is, yeah, this is good actually. Even though we are just using one sub UV, it looks good enough. So what next? Okay, let's make it a bit more transparent. And slow down this a bit. Drag. I think this is okay. Okay, so now if I go to the game view, this is the way it would appear once it's done, not initially. So now I'll create, let me select this Niagara system and subdisk, and let's create a convert selection to blueprint class. Choose think I should choose harvest components, and let's put this inside our blueprints. Data item, Let's call it dishes. Chicken soup. Yep, this looks good. Alright. Okay, so let me rename this SM. Should I call this soup? Yeah. MST. Okay, so that's now let me remove this from here, and then let me close all this, and I'll go to structs, and here I have recipe structure. I'll add a new variable, and I'll use the type actor. Finished dish, and as the default value, well, actually this is not, shouldn't be an actor, it should be actor class reference. As the default value, I'll choose soup, chicken soup. Now if I go to data and recipes data, here you can see finished dish. Under this row we have, because this is the default value, we have the finished dish as the PP chicken soup. Okay, now let's go to our recipe, WBP recipe, and here where do we change the finished cooking? Okay, here, cooking finished. And now from where do we have the recipe data? Yeah, here, recipe data. And from this I can access the finished dish. So let's add a function in our stove to spawn whatever the dish. So let me open BP stove. So right now I haven't made this water plane or the pot part of the stove. Maybe I should do that, but for now I'll just leave it as it is, just in case I need to remove the pot and put another pot here when if I have to do things like that in future. I'll leave it as this is for now. So in the stove we only have this right now, and I'll add a function spawn dish. So we'll get an input, the class actor, class reference, dish class. Oh yeah, dish class, and spawn actor from class. Now split this. I'll add another scene component, maybe like this, and I'll name it what should I name it? Dish point. Okay, the dish point, get world transform, or get world location. Put it here. Rotation, I think 0 would work, 0 should work. Self should this be a pawn? Okay, get player pawn, right? And that's all I want to do here for now. Just to, so here I'll set always spawn, ignore collisions. And from here, I already have a reference to the BP stove. Spawn dish. And I'll pass this. And I'll promote this also to a variable. Spawned, no, spawn dish. Okay. Alright, now let's see what happens. Let's cook. Potato, chicken, ready to cook. Let's cook. More to go. Yeah, so it worked, but as you can see, the position is a bit off. See, 26. Okay, so I just want to move it a little bit down, and that's enough. Okay, and also I think that's all I want to do in this episode. So let's take one final look just to see how it looks after the change in location. Little more to go. So maybe next time we should implement a system to collect cooked dishes, maybe on a separate inventory slot or something. So this should be a little bit smaller too. That also we can edit, but other than that I will do that. But you know, it's just you have to do this. Make this a little bit smaller, that's all you have to do. So yeah, that's all I want to do here. And thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions or suggestions in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next episode. Goodbye.